Sorry, we got cut off. So we were right here with Cain. We've got 2 videos going today. We were right here with Cain, and he was angry, and I was just looking at it. Yeah, babe?
Don't we always have 2 videos in a day?
No, not all the time. If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? I'm going to think over that portion a little more. I don't have a lot of insight into that. I know that Cain's anger, we're going to see in just a minute. Cain was angry. He did talk to the Lord about it, but I feel like he didn't have a right response. He didn't deal with his anger. How should you deal with your anger?
Lay down limp.
We go what's called limp mode. We just lay down, relax all our muscles, and talk it out.
And that one's for me.
And that does work for you. But it says, the Lord says, be angry, but do not sin. And it also says, don't let the sun go down in your anger. And it seems like Cain here did not let go of his anger, because after he talked to the Lord, he then goes out and hurts his brother Abel very much. In fact, we say defeats him. He destroys him. Well, let's read that part. Now Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go out to the field. Cain already had evil in his mind. While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and defeated him. I use different words. Sometimes I use different words than the Bible uses, because we read this book by Corrie ten Boom, and her dad said, Cruz, do you want to tell it?
Yes, I had forgotten.
Can you tell me a shortened version?
Okay.
Okay.
Shortened version. I'll give you the long version later. So Corrie ten Boom, she lived during World War II.
Okay, but she asked her dad a question.
Yes, he was a watchmaker. He gave her this. He asked her if she could hold this big suitcase that had a bunch of watch parts in it, and she couldn't. She said it was too heavy, and her father said that's why he couldn't tell her. That's why he couldn't answer her question, because it was just too heavy for her.
So she asked her dad a question, and the question was too much for her at that time. She wasn't mature enough to understand the answer and to carry it. And he said, so he didn't answer her question. He said, Corrie, can you get that that suitcase for me? And she couldn't pick it up because it was really heavy. It's full of watches. And she said, I can't pick it up, Dad. I can't get it. And he said, exactly. He said, what type of father would I be if I asked you to carry something that was too heavy for you? And this is too heavy for you. This question is too heavy for you. And you'll just have to trust me. And so some of the times, some of the language is too heavy for us in the Bible. So I will phrase it in a way that is not as heavy to carry. Okay, so Cain defeated Abel. Now, here we have a little note about an offering, about Cain and Abel's offering. An offering is something given to God. It's an act of thankfulness, worship, or payment. In the Old Testament, there were 5 kinds of offerings: burnt, grain, fellowship, sin, and guilt. The death of Jesus is the ultimate offering because it paid the full price of sin. Offering is synonymous, means the same as sacrifice. So offering and sacrifice can mean the same thing. Okay, let's read this last little part on page 7 so we can make it to page 8, and we'll have made an entire page today. Hey.
Woo!
The tragic accounts of the mistakes and poor choices of Adam and Eve and their firstborn son Cain are echoed in the later stories of hardship and tragedy for their children and their children's children. As people began to populate the globe, leaving the area of Eden and traveling as far as feet and beast could carry them, humanity's legacy of hate, anger, murder, and deception play out as people continue to neglect their relationship with God. Eventually, nearly everyone just forgot their Creator and the whole point for being alive. For most people, life was becoming just one big party. No thought of consequences, just living in the moment, except for one man. Yes, Cal?
I wonder how he defeated him.
It's not like they have. It's not like all.
Hey, I think I'm going to use some metal today.
Let's not get into that. You mean how did Cain defeat Abel?
Mm-hmm.
It tells us in the Bible, but that's too much for us. We don't need to go into all that. Okay, we're going to stop there. We're just at the top of page 8. Can you guess who the one man is who does not? Because it's so basically.
God.
No, listen. So that's often the right answer is God, but it's not in this case. So think about it, of what I had just said. People are just partying, drinking, but being hateful. It's not a joyful party. It's a vulgar, hateful, evil type partying. They're only thinking about themselves all the time. Just me. And they have forgotten about the Lord, except for one man. Cruz, can you guess who it is?
Noah.
It is Noah. Or is it? We'll have to find out. On page 8. All right,
We should have added some dramatic music.
We don't have dramatic music. Dun, dun, dun. All right, that's it for today.